see if Kronk jumps in.
All right. Well, I already started, so you have to deal with it now.
All right, now I'm in.
All right. So we are coming off our first win of the season, which was definitely 100% expected. Is everybody who watched that game? Because I technically didn't.
Watch most of it.
What do you
watched all of it?
How much did it go as you guys expected?
Listen, I mean, I think we got a good squad. It's within the standard deviation.
Yeah,
results.
the strategy of throw a bunch of offense at it and hope that it sticks, right?
Yeah.
We were testing at like what?
28?
28%, not including my 1%.
But then I made some last-minute adjustments to the defense that I thought would be, and then I was like, let's just throw salt over the shoulder and go.
What did you do that you didn't improve?
I did
for
rotations that we were not testing.
Oh,
before.
Rotations.
And then I axed all the 4-3 and just went straight 3-4.
Wow, we spent all off season testing 4-3, and you were like, no.
Well, yeah.
Perhaps formations do not mean as much as we thought they did.
No, it was just because we have our line is very old and very super young too. So they're like, our line is the problem right now because we're pulling up 2 rookies.
Yeah, but
our starters are regressing hard.
They're going to be better than our IAs pretty quickly, though.
Oh yeah, no, they will.
So, I'm
not worried about it.
By the end of the season, we'll be
yeah.
back where we were defensive wise before. But yeah, and then we have a bunch of rookies like DC, who's maybe here or not, getting ready to come up here. He's even there. His stuff's pretty broken.
Yeah, I think he tried to turn his video on and it broke.
I'll be back in a minute. We'll ask him about his thoughts about joining us in a bit. But we'll go ahead and start hitting some of these questions here. So Darkness asked us 6 different questions actually. He wants to know first of all, what team besides Yellowknife is your pick to win season 50?
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. Hey,
there he is.
My dark horse is
Honolulu. Why?
That's a dark horse. Or New York.
All right, you gotta pick one team to win season 50. Is that?
Do I have to pick one? Can it be my dark horse, or do I have to pick?
It doesn't matter.
One?
I just want you to pick one.
I put Nola.
I picked Nola, but after seeing Nola versus SJS, I think it might be Baltimore or us.
You think SJS is gonna do? I didn't actually. I can't remember what my own predictions were. To be honest,
I think SJS.
You had
Possibly.
I picked Arizona.
No, you can't do that.
even if you believe Arizona's gonna win, it's hard, right?
You can't. Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah,
I pick them.
Yeah,
either they win, I get points, or they lose, and I feel good.
That's true.
So it's the emotional hedge.
That's why I always pick it against us in predictions. Either I win the TPE or I win the game. You know.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah,
I always pick against us because I see the
we'll test like 20% and then we'll win. Yeah, right. So you said Honolulu's here. Just going on that. Everybody else has a pretty good, that's a pretty good team to win. Honolulu, they're good, but you're feeling
that's dark horse. So I look smart if they do win, and if they don't, I was just picking a dark horse anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like,
okay, you're just
playing both sides.
You're just throwing a dart at the wall and be like, wow, I'll look real smart if they win.
It's a dark horse.
That's fair. I mean, go ahead.
I was going to say, Hon have been doing it right for quite a few seasons. When I was scouted by them just a few weeks ago, they were saying that they want to keep all the draft picks down for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're doing it right. They're pulling up the high TP players. That's why we've probably seen such a big jump from last season to this season.
Yeah, they're turning a corner for sure. I mean, I think I picked them for second in the league on that side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even bother looking at my own predictions. That sounds about right.
I'll find them.
I just went off of what Hoovin sent me.
That's fair. I would trust other people before me. So
Yeah, 100%. I know you.
yeah, I'm just throwing stuff at the wall and be like, I think this is the run where I'm going to pull predictions from. So, yeah, I think I picked Nola to win. I know for sure. I'm ready to see the three-peat just for fun.
All right, your predictions are Baltimore with a 10.03, OSK with a 9.97,
Okay.
Sarasota with an 8.97, Yellowknife losing to Colorado last game of the season and dropping out of the playoffs with an 8.28.
Yeah, I expected. I feel like it's safe predicting us to go 8-8. That's just historically that's the way to go.
7.04 CTC. The only thing we're not predicting for is how our line's going to get way better quickly.
Yeah.
Not like dominantly good, but they're going to like double their TPE and it's going to show.
Yeah.
By the end of the season. But
it's definitely hard to predict because like everybody's getting better except for the capped players, right? So
yeah,
it's like the teams
and
who are like already
they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't lose anything mid-season, so the only game.
Yeah, but the teams who are already like the best, they have like 10 capped players. Like, well, nobody's gonna have 10 capped players. But if you did, you're not gonna get any better through the season. So it's kind of like weird.
So you got CTC at 7.04. You have Colorado at 5.98, which I think Colorado is going to have 6 wins this season, and then Berlin at 4.01. And I believe those are average wins. How many times did you run that?
That one was like 300 runs.
Okay. Then for ASFC, you have no, or do you want to jump in, DC? Or
I was going to say, if Colorado plays against OCO twice, then that's 2 right there.
That's true. That's 2 of the 5 wins.
They don't, though, so...
Yeah, we don't either.
NOLA at 13.89. So that's an almost 14 win average in your sim.
To be fair, they do face OCO twice.
True.
That's really 12.
Yeah.
True. Honolulu at 10.
Yeah.
10.01. Arizona at 9.98. So Han and AZ are just like there.
Yeah.
Oz, or Austin, I should say. I'm just reading the abbreviation. Yeah, Oz. 9.0. That would be a cool place, dude. Oz.
We're not relocating the.
No, we're not. Oh no, absolutely.
You mean like the Wizard of Oz, or Oz the prison show?
Both. How about a prison show in the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah,
couple of wheelers are up in there. SJS at 8.02. New York at 8 or 7.99, which I think New York could get into the third spot, but and oh my God, OCO, that is.
I think I have 1, right?
Yeah, one.
It was like 0.98.
That's because they had 10 linebackers on their squad, and you had to like drop 4 of them just to get the sim to work.
Yeah, I just picked like 4 random linebackers. I'm like, I'm just gonna drop their old ones.
I just released them because it's just easier than trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Who else had that issue?
Well, we're the only 2 people that were busy sim testing over a weekend where I was gone. Which is a different problem. Yeah, the sim file, the preseason file dropped on Friday night, and I was gone all Saturday at a wedding, and then all Sunday I was running errands, and then the file was due Sunday evening. I was like, well, I'm glad Homer's here to do it.
It's all I did. Worth it.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? Those are all good picks then, and I think it'll do well. I don't think the math of that adds up. If I'm thinking about it, my own predictions, so
that's an average over 300.
Yeah. All right.
Of 16 games.
That's fair. All right. So next question then. What team would you most want to be a part of and see how they operate/run/vibe in the locker room? Yeah, that's a great question.
Arizona.
Arizona. You just want to see how they
Yeah.
work.
So that was my answer.
Yeah.
If my second choice would be SJS, just because 2 of them are Scottish, so I'd actually be able to speak to them at normal times instead of staying until 2 in the morning. So
Hey.
yeah, it'd be them.
They don't have to ask you to repeat yourself.
Yeah, it's just talking normal and it'll be fine.
Hey, next time I'll stay up till 2 in the morning and we can record one then.
No, because that doesn't help me. That puts me at like 6 in the morning.
That's what time I wake up. What are you talking about?
Get your breakfast ready.
Aye, okay. I don't get in sometimes till 4. So if that's not happening.
Tell you what, I wake up sometimes for Formula 1 races at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I get on like
Bright and early.
before or after that.
Yeah, I'll get on it. I'll get at 9 in the morning next time because technically I start work at 9, but I really don't log in till 10. 10:30. On Friday it's like noon. I'm assuming nobody from my work is in ISFL.
Watching.
Yeah. They're like, oh wow, we're gonna have to write that down. And be like, too bad I'm salary.
We need to do like a normal time so we can get Moon involved. She's literally sleeping right back now.
Oh, did she hit you for not accepting your contract?
Yeah, well, no. So she messaged when you sent me the message, and then I said to her, and she sent me. I looked on my phone and I had a photo from her, and she was like, "What's this?" And I was like, "Just type accept."
Yeah, I did
Don't
not
worry about
explain
that. I'll
that.
explain it later.
Yeah, I kind of just forgot that it's not intuitive to just type accept a contract.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah.
It's not like I can say no and then I just go back into the draft.
Technically, you become a free
You
agent.
can,
Actually,
yeah.
yeah,
I should have done that.
yeah, you
But
could
you
have.
can't claim TPE or something.
Yeah, you can't. You can do activity checks, but you can't do weekly training. So you're losing out 5 TPE a week.
Hold
that's not
out.
I think people have threatened holdouts. I cannot remember, but I don't think anybody's actually done it.
Not tongue in cheek pretending.
No, I've
Yeah, like,
Holdouts.
We need Xenos. He knows the league
I
history.
mean, as soon as I go,
Swift literally didn't commit any TPE until they got signed. That's like the epitome of a holdout.
Yeah.
True.
As soon as I got picked, I was like that to Ginny and Homer, trade me. I was like, I hold no power here, but trade me.
Because you wanted a contract to be the next GM. I'm like, I can't legally put that.
Yeah, no, I was just joking. It's like, that's
Save
not going
me.
to be the case. Then.
It's okay. It was in my first contract. I'm pretty sure I said I want no actual responsibility in the team, and now I'm in charge. So we'll see how that works out.
You said it enough. But
I've said that line every time someone joins a server, and I'm paying attention for years. It is literally it is a macro on my keyboard.
I've been watching it for a year.
I'm in charge.
Just shaking my head.
Homer, you didn't say.
We can really get Junie to like earn and update.
All you have to do to make me earn and update is make me GM.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
What team would you want to be a part of, Homer?
Oh yeah, that's right. Off the top of my head, I would say OCO, but right now they're just like, I don't know how much is going on over there right now because they're just rebuilding. So it's got to be a lot of roster trying to excite. But, So I'd go Han.
Okay. I would also go SJS because I just want to bother Russ to no end, and I really want to pick his brain more about the way he approaches the sim. I think Russ is really smart, and I hope he doesn't listen to this and hear me say that, because he turned Hall into the best blocking tight end of all time, and I hate him for it. So,
can I change my? I also OSK Osaka.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to see what First Phrase doing.
That's fair.
I mean, I've dealt with Osaka since Triceratops is my GM. You don't want to go there.
Yeah, who wants a Triceratops robot running a team, right? I used to have an anime character and whatever the hell Homer is.
What am I?
I don't know what your render is.
Oh, that's Bruce Bruce Campbell in Bubba Hotep.
Is
Classic
it?
movie. Yeah, Bubba Hotep was Bruce Campbell was playing a not really, but a Elvis impersonator who was really Elvis in an old folks home, and then he fought a mummy.
That sounds like a Bruce Campbell movie. Actually.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, Bubba Hotep all day. It had the greatest chase scene of a movie too, because it was a dude in a four walker in an old folks home being chased by a mummy who was really slow too.
You just said the best chasing of all time.
Yeah.
And then he talks about an old man in a walker.
So I'm gonna mute him for the rest of the podcast, and we'll just continue on.
I agree. That's a good thing to do.
The next question is, I'm gonna move that question to the last question. Hold a minute here. His last question. His next question, besides that one, is. All right, never mind. These are all. Now he's getting really deep for all these. We'll just go with this one. What is your purpose in life?
Oh, you skipped all the deep ones?
No, I'm starting. The rest are almost all deep ones. So.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was just what is the purpose of life, not what is the purpose in your life.
What is your purpose in life?
I don't know.
To crush your
Honestly.
enemies. See
Just
them driven
for
before you
them.
hear the lamentation of the women. Conan.
Honestly.
That's where my render comes from.
What about you, Skinny?
I don't know. I've thought about it. I thought about it a lot.
Mm.
I'm a software engineer by trade. I've thought a lot about like changing my career. I don't know. I almost view myself as having like different resources I can contribute. Some of those are like my knowledge. These are things I know that I can then impart my knowledge onto other people, and that will help them succeed. Some of that is my time, which is like you invest your time into a community over a long period of time
Yeah.
to help, or not even to like help, but just like to understand, and then also build understanding and be able to understand what that community needs. And then obviously sort of money or physical resources. So I think it's my purpose in life. I think about like, how can I use all of these different things, the knowledge I have of software engineering, which is a very lucrative sort of profession, or even just, my knowledge of being an adult. How can I contribute that? Plus this time or free time that I've been given by having this profession that doesn't, exhaust me in the way that like, a manufacturing job or whatever. Like, how do I invest that time? And then how do I give my excess money or things that are resources that I have to then also contribute to the community that's around me. So,
I have a fast idea here.
okay.
Coding school for like kids.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. So it could be that thing is like once you do coding school, there's a few different coding schools, but you have to do it like during school hours. So you have to convince your employer to be like, hey, between the hours of 9 to 11, I'm going to
True.
be at a school. But yeah, I think for me, it's really balancing those things, thinking about am I gonna switch my profession to something that's gonna cover some of those priorities or not? So I don't know. I basically think about like those 3 different categories that I have to give towards the world, and how am I going to distribute those things or expand the amount that I can give of those different categories.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. That's a good way to break it
I don't
down.
know.
Hell yeah.
I've never been organized enough to break it down like that. I'd say it's just changed a lot for me. I'd say when I was in college, it was to just make enough money to buy and do things I wanted to do. If you can see like my background, it's just I just have I have a lot of shit.
Like a Gundam wing.
I have
No.
there's like 4 Gundams like here, and then like more of them here, and then that's just like a bunch of anime figures that I can't actually show or I'll get demonetized or something. And there's like a bunch of pop figures, and I have like old Star Trek posters, and then a drum set, and there's a sword somewhere here. I went to a Renaissance festival. And they were selling
What kind of
swords.
sword?
I was like, "How much is this?" And they're like, "Oh, $700." I'm like, "Okay." And then I walked out with a sword and a matching dagger, like $1,200. And that's what I used to. I was like, I just want to make enough money to buy stuff, and then I don't know. Then obviously I had kids and things changed, and now it's just make enough money to make sure that they are taken cared for, and then make enough money I can get out of jail when I beat their head for not going to sleep at time.
Oh Lord, yeah.
I
Just out of bed.
yeah, it was like you're talking back to me again. You're 4. You need to stop. But yeah, I just want to
It
provide
doesn't
for
get
them.
better.
Yeah.
And I feel like you recruited me at one point. Are you the ex-Baylor marching band person? Am I remembering this correctly?
No, that's not me.
No? Shit.
That might have. I can't think who that might be.
Is that Tuba?
I know
Who?
No,
Triceratops was in a
Tuba was
band,
a Baylor.
like a marching band. I'm not sure though.
There's a couple marching band peoples.
Yeah,
No,
Tuba.
they say people got a lot of round football but didn't play it.
I played varsity tennis in high
Midnight.
school, and then I ran. I was the president of the esports club in college, so that's decidedly nerdy enough.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't be the president of the esports club and do band. I would never live it down. But yeah, I definitely haven't broken it down as well as you have, but I have. I don't really have like a defining purpose. It changed a lot.
I'm still young. I've got time to think.
Yeah, you have plenty of time. And I mean, it's kind of expected to change as you get older, right? Priorities change.
Yeah.
Building off of that, his next question is: should happiness come easy, or is it something to work hard for? And why is that why it feels so good? I can start what you guys think about that one.
Yeah.
Because I had thought about this. I think if happiness is like really comes easy to you, the problem is that if the reason it came easy, like you're always provided for, if it leaves, it's hard to get that happiness back, because your like self-worth and your happiness came from an external source. If you work better on like working hard for your happiness, you're usually a lot better at producing the happiness on your own. So it feels better because it's yours. Like the same, reason why like earning something in a game or something is better than, having somebody give it to you or something like that, like a hack or something. But that's kind of how I feel. That's that sense of being able to just like produce it on your own is better than it being given to you.
Yeah, I think I don't know, happiness. Ooh, happiness is an interesting concept. Um, I feel like to some extent, ignorance is bliss,
Mhm.
and so it's almost like the less you worry about the things around you, the more happy you are.
Yeah. No, that makes
But
sense.
it's not necessarily good. I I think in some sense people like strive for they want to be they want to be happy, but you almost have to deal with a certain number or not a certain number, a certain amount of unhappiness
Mm.
because the unhappiness and the recognition of the things that are wrong in your life or the things that are wrong in your environment or the world or in your community or whatever is like what drives you to be like I need to make changes or I need to take action. When you're happy, you're also like, well, I'm good with the way things are.
Mhm.
But like, I feel like there's always just things that could be improved or could be changed in the country, in the world, in your community, whatever. And so some of it's like you striving for happiness is almost not really what you need to be doing. You need to be striving for a little bit of uncomfortableness in your life because that's what like causes you to
Grow.
improve or
Yeah.
change or grow. Grow is a good word. Um, and to realize like what you need to do to go out and help other people. So
Yeah.
that's why I think happiness in that way is important in the sense that like if you're constantly on the hamster wheel of like things suck and life is shitty, like you'll just wear yourself down. So like you do need to find like peace and happiness in like some things that you do, but also like the uncomfortable and the non-happiness with the world and the things around you are like what also push you to improve what is around you. And so in some ways you have to almost embrace the non-happiness. I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh, that totally makes sense. Yeah. It,
I mean, it's I'll go kind of. I suffer with depression. Happiness has always been hard for me to come by.
Mhm.
Um, I was on antidepressants for 3 4 years. Finally got off them like 2 years ago,
Good job.
and there's a level of contentness now that I have. Like, obviously, some of you know, I've had been working in 2 different places because of bad management.
Mhm.
Um, and but even then, when one of the places let me go, I was just content with it. I was just like, you know what, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. It's no that I can do now,
Mhm.
that kind of way. But I so like there's times where that time there back a few years ago, I'd have been depressed. No, I'm just like, we'll see how it goes,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's the
Definitely.
thing I do.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
when I start feeling that rubbish way again, I go volunteer. I
Mhm.
was volunteering since the age of 18 to 24. I can go do it again
Yeah.
and just do that for my spare time.
Oh, that makes. I think I definitely heard like there's a lot of I've heard that kind of similar story a lot. Like definitely the more like hardship and the more like trials you go through, the easier you have it to like to
Give.
feel content with your life and then give to others. Yeah, definitely like a not compounding. There's a
Like
correlation to that.
empathy.
Yeah. Hey, what about you? Have an answer to that, Homer, or you just want to you agree with everybody else?
I agree.
All right, then.
All of the above.
All right, you can take the easy way out. That's fine. I'll allow it. No, yeah, that's just, you. I think you guys have. I think the different experience you've had is definitely some some insight that I don't always think about too. So I appreciate that. The next question is not quite as serious. It is, if you could speak any language beside English or other languages you already know, what would it be and why?
Spanish.
It's
It's the
pretty freaking.
most common language besides English in the United States. So there's always like a heavy Hispanic sort of presence.
Mhm.
Even in upstate New York, heavy Hispanic population. So I think, yeah.
I'm not even thinking about like the US because obviously I'm from Scotland, but it'd be
Yeah.
Spanish or French,
Mhm.
just because of the wide range that I have.
Yeah.
Because like you think about it, 90%, a vast majority, Africa speak French as a native language or a partial language,
Yeah.
and then you've got all of Central America and South America that all speak Spanish. If you speak Spanish, you can learn Portuguese very easily,
Yeah.
and it's just the stuff like that. Like it kind of gives you, if you pick either one of them, you kind of your options to travel become much more vast.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. How about you, Homer?
No es por nada, pero mi español es muy guapo.
Yeah,
Probably
Good for you.
better Spanish for sure. However, Chinese, Mandarin specifically.
Yeah, so you could go to China for stuff, right?
Yeah,
That's fair. It is.
all of the above.
I guess it's technically the most numerous in the multiplicity of speakers, as opposed to widespread. I would speak. I would learn Tagalog or Filipino because I've always been really into my heritage, but my grandma, my Lola, was very like, you live in America, no need to learn Tagalog. Like,
Did you see Tracy, the
Tracy?
anime?
No, I have not
What?
actually.
It's the only Filipina. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big anime fan, right? But I read manga because I don't have the attention span to watch anime.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, and that's just on Netflix. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not manga.
yeah. So,
That's Pinay.
Panay.
Pinay.
Yeah, I think. Well, besides the fact that Filipinos are drastically underrepresented in American media,
Oh, big time.
I've been in tons of cultural festivals and I've been in a ton of cultural groups, and I've just never picked it up because I've always just been like, we're gonna practice our English on you. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So, and my mom she's technically a native speaker, but she was born in California, and she went to like Cal State Fullerton, and so she's pretty much she's a native English speaker, and technically she doesn't speak Tagalog, she speaks Visaya, and my grandparents spoke Visaya, which is one of the thousands of dialects. So I would like to learn one of them, but that's just like a cultural thing there.
Mm-hmm.
The next question is, what do you know about Australia, and have you ever been, and do you want to come here? I'm kind of scared of Australia, if I'm being honest.
I'm on Smoko, so leave me alone.
I have never been to Australia. I have a friend. Well, I don't know. I guess used to be a friend, maybe, that lived in Brisbane. Would I want to go there? I'm kind of scared of the bugs and the spiders. I hear it's like not as much of a thing in the urban center, but I don't know. It's pretty far. It feels like
I
it would
mean,
be the kind of thing if I like went there, it would have to be like
you're not coming back.
I'm also going to like Korea or Japan and Australia.
Ooh.
Like I'm also like
Yeah.
hitting some things in the region.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know a ton about it. I wish I always like to know more about stuff. I have never been. I would, despite the scary stuff, I think I would like to go everywhere at least once. Oh, well, maybe not everywhere, but I would like to visit at least once.
From what I understand, the scariest stuff is in North Australia.
Yeah.
That's where the crocs and every poisonous thing is out there.
Use a big scaredy cat, surely. Honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm a big scaredy cat.
Yeah, but you're in the Highlands, so what do you have to fear?
But I'm in Glasgow. I'm no scared. I was so we got a lot of Scottish people who go over to Australia to work or to move.
I
I've
hear
been
the
on
sheep
quite a
are
few.
mean.
I'd love to visit. I like any UK kid. I grew up on Crocodile Hunter.
Yeah.
Like Steve Irwin. Like I'd
Oh, yeah.
love to go visit there.
Yeah, no, I definitely grew up on that too, and I
And
would
that doesn't
love
make you want to
go
go see it.
I would love to go see it, and maybe just from afar in a guided tour. I wouldn't like to go wander on my own, right?
I'd be more scared about wandering by myself in America.
That's true. Yeah, no.
I mean, like I can get away from a snake, get away from a bear.
Mm-hmm.
Bears are fast.
Bears are pretty fast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd get away from a snake, not a bear.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's fair. Yeah.
You just gotta keep talking.
What about a drop bear?
Oh, there you go.
A what?
A drop bear.
The old drop bear.
The Australian drop bear. They drop on you.
Yeah, that's a koala. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say that bears aren't that common, but my dad literally did clear out a bear nest from his backyard 2 days ago. So, and
nest.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
did.
black bears.
Yeah, I did see a
That's
bear
like when
last week outside my house. So,
You know, they don't want to fuck with you any more than you want to fuck with them if they're a black bear.
yeah. But to be fair, they will fuck with you though.
Yeah.
And that's cubs, and that's like, woof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go on a hike, you keep talking, you keep chatting, you do the bear song as I did in
Go away,
Canada.
bear! Go away, bear!
Yeah, bear, no way, bear. You're just like it's like an auctioneer going off. But
I used to live in the Highlands of California. Ooh. and I was unloading.
Wait, you talking Apple Valley?
No, I spent 7 years in Lake Arrowhead, Big Bear area.
Gotcha.
So I was unloading the car, and like a pack of coyotes just started walking by, and I was like, they're probably not gonna fuck with me, but I'm just gonna get in the car and close the door just in case they're really hungry. And they were really skinny, which is kind of scary.
Oh.
Yeah. So they were like walking through like houses and area. I'm like, that's not a great sign. So, well, that's all of Darkness's questions.
ooh, finally.
Yeah, those were tough. Now we're getting into the less serious questions here.
Nothing wrong with serious though.
No, I should have put Darkness's questions last. Southie's question is: gun to your head, which ISFL mascot do you think you could eat and would be the most enjoyable?
Oh,
Been
hands
thinking about
down.
this.
Fish thumbs.
I gotta look up all the
Sarasota.
Oh.
That's sailfish with the thumbs.
Sarasota, Orange County.
The otter.
I mean, you could eat Berlin, but it wouldn't taste good.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit spicy.
I have fire. It's true.
What other ones have they got?
What would a kaiju taste like?
The sailfish is literally
Yeah.
an actual delicacy.
With the thumbs, though. It has to have the thumbs.
Does not have to have the thumbs.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does have to have the thumbs.
See, as soon as that was posted, I typed in "kill it with fire." Because honestly, that was haunting.
The hahaluha. You could
That's just a manta ray. Isn't it?
yeah, you could eat that.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the sailfish is the only like actual food.
It's the only
Like,
actual
Yeah.
food. Yeah.
It's if you had to eat it though. what could be eaten. What could be eaten is a good choice because you can't eat you can't eat a silverback, or you could take you a while.
I could eat a kaiju. Like assuming I didn't have to beat it in a fight, I could eat a kaiju. Why did you post the photo with the sailfish with the fingers? Oh my god. I have to do that.
Hey,
It's
my
delicious.
God.
It's so creepy.
I mean,
Never
we
do
get
that
like
panic attack.
we're talking like top 3. We got sailfish, salamander, hawk.
I think
That-
Orange County. I mean, like, have you seen the giant river otters?
Oh my god.
I don't want to think about eating an otter, but yeah,
The otters are almost like dogs
yeah,
Nah, I can't
level
do
in the
that.
United States, where it's
Oh.
like you're eating an otter,
The-
like you're eating like
they'll speaking of animals that'll fuck you up, otters will fuck you up.
Have you never seen the Brazilian river otters? They're like 4 foot tall.
Yeah, you're insane. Even American otters they bite, dude.
Mate,
Oh,
the
yeah.
ones in Amazon chase away jaguars.
I haven't seen that video.
A group of them will go under the water and chase a jaguar, and you'll see the jaguar running.
Alright, that's fucking scary. What else we got? I mean, I could eat a saber cat, assuming that they're not extinct. And again, I didn't have to kill it.
I think
Jenny's
I'm
not the
only
best.
eating the fish thumbs.
You're only
That's it. Everything
Yeah.
else would just not be good.
you're having fish fingers.
Yes, I'd eat the thumbs.
Yeah. I mean, snake might not be bad for the copperheads.
Snakes might be good.
It's
but
definitely
I don't think
edible.
a copperhead would be good. I mean, a copperhead's literally a poisonous snake.
You just
So,
don't need the
doubt-
poisonous part.
But that's the good part.
All
Like,
right.
it's like blowfish.
It makes your mouth
pufferfish.
like feel alive, right?
Just
Aye, make sure the mouth go on them. It's like when you go to the dentist.
Tastes like burning.
Yeah, just make sure you have plenty of anti-venom and you're in a hospital. You're fine.
I mean, it's a copperhead. There's antivenom everywhere.
Can you not? Is there not an anti-venom for a copperhead?
Well, isn't it the venom is the antivenomous? And I'm tripping.
No, it's literally the venom of a copperhead, and it's done something to it, and it changes to antivenom. Is my understanding.
Okay. Well, there you go then. Just be in a hospital. You're good. What other? Anything else edible?
The problem is then you get to like second line or outlaws, and you're like, I'm not gonna fuck with that.
Technically, the
I
second
could eat an outlaw.
the second line, they are edible. Gun to my head, I would.
I could eat an outlaw. I mean, like if we crashed and it took a while, you know.
Yeah, gun to my head, I
Go
would eat an outlaw, 100%.
I mean, we could also eat a hawk.
I would go with the butt cheek.
True.
Right, what's his name again? Is it Albert Fisk?
Huh?
There's a serial killer that wrote something about he ate a person. And he said the bum cheek was the best part.
That makes sense. Lots of
I can't remember his name though. I remember hearing about him when I was like 15.
From a purely scientific standpoint, it being the most fatty part of your body, that would make sense, right?
Mm-hmm. Rump roast.
He's making a beef Wellington. The pastry, the mushrooms, he's like that, man. He's like that, no.
And the red handkerchief.
You throw enough seasoning on it, you can eat anything, right? All right. So the next question, I guess only I can answer because it's from LTHudz. So I'll try to be quick about this. He wants to describe my experience during the PP Crusade.
Oh Lord.
So he posted this, like the Guy Fieri Simon in the ISFL GM chat. And it bothered me because every other Fieri Simon I have is named Fieri Simon. And that one was named PP. And I was shocked that there was an ISFL server that I didn't have because I forgot I was kicked I left Minnesota like a couple years ago. But then the biggest thing that bothered me is that he would not tell me why it was called PP. And like people will keep sending it to me for weeks. People were sending this to me like 3 weeks. I was getting it daily, and nobody would tell me why it was called PP. And they just, why would you name a Fieri Simon PP? Doesn't make any sense. And then I finally joined Minnesota.
How long did it take you?
3 or 4 weeks of
It
trying
was
to,
because it was going on a long time.
and I was getting sent it every day, and nobody
And I
would
just
tell me
kept
why it was called.
screenshotting.
Nobody would tell me why it was called PP. And then I joined the Minnesota server, and HudZ was like, "Oh, it was named for painted." I was like, that was ultimately a disappointment in my life. I thought there was
I've wasted so much time on this.
yeah. I've
But
wasted.
that's
That's
how the quests are.
I have literal hours of time dedicated to try and figure out. I was like Googling Guy Fieri, like Guy Fieri PP.
That had a different search result.
Wow.
I got different results because I was not thinking straight.
Safe search.
Safe search on.
Safe search was off,
Oh, wow.
and I was like,
It's the journey, Junie.
I was like, that's not what I was looking for. And it turns out it was
Well,
just
What a treat.
yeah, just name it for painted. I'm like,
He's
Now you're in
searched
Flavor
that and he's like,
Town.
why are, he searched that and he's like, why are these links purple?
no comment.
Oh.
His next question. Let's move on from Guy Fieri PP.
Go on.
His next question is Tuba as sexy as he claims to be?
I have not seen the man.
I don't actually.
Yeah.
I've seen all of Tuba's kids. I don't think I've actually seen
Yeah.
Tuba.
He always posts this one picture of him being as nerdy as possible in front of a whiteboard with calculations behind it. And it is as sexy
Have I seen that one?
as possible.
Can you find it? Oh
Let's
my god!
I'm here.
That's an Australian
Send it
river
to
otter.
us.
That's scary. That is really scary.
What, the Amazon River otter?
Yeah. What the?
They're like fucking, they're massive.
I'm gonna drag that one over to this.
He's playing No Man's Sky with Jackie, but
I'm gonna copy that one to the voice chat check.
Can you jump over?
No, I'm copying the. You can if you want and jump over and come back.
Let me find it. Maybe I'll find it.
There you go. You have time. You have to send that to everybody so we can see
I'm
how.
gonna find that.
Just so you're gonna go to search in the top right corner, and you're gonna.
Well, Tuba pick isn't gonna show.
No, you're gonna you're just from Tuba, and then has image. I could have done this in the
snap! Okay.
He's a GM.
Wait, how do
really?
you do the has image? Is it semicolons attached or what?
Has :
Or
image.
plus?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's been posting team announcements in the wrong announcements channel, and I just realized that. And he's scared to ping people, so.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What I've been doing? Oh,
You've been posting announcements in the wrong announcements channel. You made our team captain votes public.
Yeah, I realized that, and I was like, I really don't care. 16 votes, whatever. We're active.
I was like, I don't have that many players.
Yeah, I noticed that too, and was like, You know what? I'm way too busy testing to fix it.
You're right. I will do it. I will handle all the administrative stuff next season. You can just test. I made you do half the administrative stuff this time because I was at a wedding.
And the testing.
I ran a test. It was very bad.
Actually, I was on voice comm the other night with Tim, and he's like, Junie's been doing all the testing. And I'm like,
No, I've done some of the testing. You've done most of it.
Posted in my links.
Yeah, I was posting your links. I did a couple for the season testing.
Did good. No, and you set them up beautifully. And I'm like, oh, by the way, can we get home away loss bracket inside the? Because I want to see,
Remind me tomorrow. Well, I have until the off season to do that. Remind me.
Yeah, we got it.
Remind me Wednesday. The final question that HudZ has is everybody actually dead on the team? And how does the team interact with their keyboards or phones as ethereal beings?
It's true. We are all dead.
Only dead inside, yeah. Who is it? Unless, of course, we found happiness.
That's one of my scouting questions: is if you became a wraith, how'd you die?
You didn't ask me that.
I didn't? Well, it's one of my questions. You probably... I probably had a hard time understanding you and the way you type. You type all
He,
Scottish.
he types better than you.
Shh. Shh.
You type.
It's not.
I'm about to quit this team.
It's not my fault.
Negging is a form of love. For some reason, both times I've been co-GM is with the other person cannot type to save their life. So I don't know if that's
It's a good setup.
I don't know. At least only in the ISFL, at least. I don't know what that is.
It's not my fault. It's the phone, and then I also like hit buttons at the same time and they fight each other and they swap.
That would be your fault.
But my phone straight up like changes a word, like it did it today.
Yeah. What about the typos,
the
though?
Entire word. Well, and then I can't spell well either. I mean, it's like everything.
See,
but it's not me.
I have a secret. I also cannot type very well on my phone, which is why I use voice to text, which is why none of my messages make sense, because they all have correctly spelled words, but they don't make sense together.
Oh, there it is. Got it.
Are you posting the sexy tuba photo?
Copy link.
Where are you posting this? I want to see this.
Oh my god. He looks nothing like his children.
Oh, he's ginger. One of his kids is ginger.
Look at all those.
Oh, that's a lot of equations. I heart smart. He posted it in Spooky Lobby. PV equals NRT.
Yeah, what is that? That's a chemistry, right?
No.
CCH, CH3.
Well, that one is.
Yeah.
10 years ago, though.
E equals MC squared.
Yeah.
It's just a random collection of formulas.
That is chemistry at the very top.
Chemistry at the top, but like there's physics in there, and then there's pi r squared. Oh, great, good job, Tuba. And then he has Pythagorean's theorem, and then calculating not imaginary numbers.
He has all the good stuff.
Yeah. Wow, that's really nerdy. He looks nothing like his children.
PV equals WR2. Is that like pervert? That's good stuff.
You assume that PV equals NRT is pervert?
NRT, I'm just sounding it out. That's all.
You can just Google it.
I can't even type.
That's true. I'm gonna let you. It'll be your own PP quest. You can figure it out. I want you to search that. It will. Make sure you add PP at the end, though. Oh, all right. Anyways, moving on. Actually, no. We didn't actually answer if everybody's dead on the team. How do you interact with your keyboards or phones? There you go. Voice to text. That's how you do it. You say,
have you seen it?
Hey, Google, send a text message to my wife saying, you up? Oh, shit.
Did it just do it?
It just did it.
Hey, we can close the podcast early.
She's not. I guarantee you she's not awake.
You're sick, bro.
Well, but she could be, though.
Oh, never mind. It has to be me. I have to say send it.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, send it.
I just said that. I just said send it. It's like, okay, sending message.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, she's asleep, so it's fine.
Have you seen Ghosts?
Is that the one with Patrick Swayze?
No, not the movie Ghosts, but it's a sitcom. It started out in the BBC, and then there's an American version too, where they're all ghosts and they haunt.
I thought he meant like ghosts in real life, though.
No, it's a sitcom. But on it, one of the ghosts has a power where if he really hard concentrates super hard, he could press one key on a keyboard at a time. That's how I type.
It doesn't explain anything.
It explains everything.
All right. Well,
I'm just dyslexic. I go for the best and hope autocorrect fixes it.
That's fair. I'm gonna have to cut out that dead air now.
No, leave it. It was great.
It's a weird question.
I'm there for it. I don't mind that.
All right. Well, then Do you have any ads, Skinny? You good?
I'll let that one go.
Good choice. The next question is from Bamford, or the assistant to the Portland GM. How does the team feel about the theory of relativity?
It was a sham.
Would you like to break that down then?
Absolutely not.
Fair enough.
Oh God, how about leave that?
Yeah.
It was a yeah.
Let me see.
Did you Google the theory of relativity?
I did. One sec.
Oh no, I know. I was gonna go for a joke about like cousins.
Yeah, no, go.
Theoretically, I didn't.
Yeah, no, go ahead and fill the time. We got it. Go ahead.
No, it's.
No, go ahead. I'm waiting.
I'm on Smoko,
Please.
so leave me alone.
On you go.
I actually, I have thoughts on this. So when I was 12, I read a book called Time Travel in the Universe of Einstein's Relativity, which was all about ways that theoretically time travel would be possible using relativity. And since then, I have been very interested in how to apply that. It's all
Have you looked up time dilation and all that too?
yes, yeah.
Awesome stuff.
They were like, well, what if you have a big hole with a mass sense of gravity basically in it, and then if you would still sit in the hole with like this mass gravity inside and look outside of it, it would look like everything outside of you is going like crazy fast, or it was crazy. So, I don't know. It's been over a decade since I've read it, obviously, but it was like if you're in like a hole of mass gravity, but you could still see out of it, it'd be like wild because everything else would be relatively moving like a completely different speed, even though it's like 10 feet away, which is theoretical because you can't do that without dying. But it's the same theory behind like if you like travel like 70 years like at the speed of light one way, then 70 years back, then like you'll have only aged 140 years, but time will have like gone like twice as much as that, which is kind of hard to test. But I read a lot of space opera books, and it talks about that a lot, and I find it really interesting. I am not good at physics, so I've always been like, that's really cool. That's not for me. But I would love to like know if it was possible.
I feel like people talk a lot about dark matter, and then they have yet to explain or exactly
Isn't the
pain.
space in between matter like
Or they've been unable
string theory kind of like?
unable to confirm the existence of dark matter.
Mm.
Did you see the
Maybe they
movie
have.
Interstellar?
I don't know. No, I don't watch movies. But it feels like you need dark matter to explain the different gravitational holds or like points
Mm-hmm.
in space. And it doesn't feel like they've maybe been able to exactly confirm what dark matter is or why there is these sort of points in space that hold the gravitational pull that they do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking completely past my my vein of knowledge here, but
Well, I would assume if we're all experts in relativity, we might not be playing. Well, we might be, but I would assume you're not playing dot football simulation games in your free
it
time.
feels like there are places in the universe where people are like, oh, there is this gravitational pull and yet no mass. At least no mass that conducts light.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, there must be something here, and yet we can't see it, and we don't know what the fuck is there. So like, there's some mystery there.
Yeah.
That could perhaps be a confounding factor to the theory of relativity, where it's like there is no mass, potentially, or there is no mass that conducts light. We don't know.
Yeah. That's fair. I think it's pretty crazy to think about stuff like that. That there's things about the universe that we don't actually know how it works.
Love it.
Yeah. Like why Homer can't type.
Why Jimmy
It's
goes inactive.
a whole myriad of things.
Yeah. Yeah, why people make me keep trying to earn. Come on, guys. All right. Well, now we have a question from our very own Lock180 / Space Dino / Not Zenzaroni. Who would win a fight? A panda, a T-Rex, a pirate, or a wraith? He wants you to list them in order. Let's have everybody pick one to argue for. I'll argue why a panda would win, which is a losing battle. Who wants
I'll take the Wraith.
All right, you get the wraith.
Okay.
Just I had to get the second pick there because I knew somebody else was going to do that.
Yeah, you took the first pick. Okay. So we got a pirate and a what?
A T-Rex.
I'll take the pirate.
All right. That means Homer gets a T-Rex. Well, you guys concoct your answers. I will tell you why a panda would win. Because the rest of those have mostly either been extinct, they do exist, and I don't want to explain on that more, or afraid of being haunted, or are relegated to Somalia, while pandas are the Kim Kardashian of the animal kingdom, and they would not win with physical strength or prowess. They would win purely on the thousands of people who would come to their defense and fight everything else.
Can I just ask, is it the Kung Fu variant or is it just a normal one?
I'm just assuming a normal one. The dragon warrior would beat all that in a fight simply with the whooshy finger hold.
Right, I'll go for a Wraith then. Simply, how can you hit something that's basically not there?
Then how would
Like,
you hit?
just go for it.
How would you
You
hit us
don't need
back?
to hit. You can just annoy till the point they tile us still and die.
Oh, that's good. You know,
For a panda, it'd be about 10 minutes. They've not got the most energy.
if that they get scared very easily and they're very clumsy.
As long as I don't need to win, if they flee, then I think I'm winning.
That's fair. All right. Give me T-Rex.
So that'd be Homer.
That's me for the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's next on the
What am
list
I
technically.
Oh, what was I supposed
Never
to do?
mind.
About the
Tell
T-Rex?
me why a pirate would win in a fight between all those.
Oh hell yeah!
T-Rex. You have the T-Rex. I have the pirate.
Oh, the short little arms.
No, we'll let Homer think about why a T-Rex would win. Why would a T-Rex win in a fight between a panda, a T-Rex, a pirate, and a wraith?
Oh damn!
Were you not paying attention?
Oh no, I was paying attention the entire time. Entire time.
Go ahead.
The question was, what would win between a pirate and a T-Rex and a
Wraith.
panda and a wraith? And I'm supposed to do the T-Rex.
Yes.
See?
And we're waiting.
And my answer is the T-Rex would win because it's got tiny little arms.
That's it.
I'm so glad we've reiterated the question 5 times for you to say small arms.
So the but he's got big legs, right?
And tiny arms.
And tiny arms. So you gotta come in, right? The T-Rex, like, to get to his hands, and then you're in, like, what? Kicking. You're in kicking range right there. Easy.
All right, so T-Rex is last.
And because the best player in the ISFL right now is a space dino, and he's gonna win hands down.
No, that doesn't count. It's a space dino. It just doesn't say space. All right.
Well, it is.
So why would a pirate win, Skinny?
It's a good question. Listen, we've seen Pirates of the Caribbean.
Several
Captain-
dozen times.
I
Yeah.
haven't.
You're missing out
Wow.
on a great cinema.
Captain Jack Sparrow has literally fought against ghost pirates and won.
Yeah, no, he's
Won.
He's got a point.
So
Sure. He's not went against this Ghost Pirate though. Or this one, the one that's sleeping.
I mean, he's pretty clever. So I rest my case on that.
He's either the worst pirate that ever won, ever lived, or the greatest.
Yeah. I have no logical explanation. I can only present actual evidence.
Well, you're the only one of us that presented actual evidence.
Yeah. Watch all of the Pirates of the Caribbean, then come back to me.
Maybe. I'll think about it.
They're good. I've watched them way too
I've
many
heard
times.
so. I've just never done it. It's just something that I never watched.
That's fair. There's a lot of movies I haven't gotten to. All right. Our last question is also from Mr. Space Dino. What is your favorite roller coaster or ride and favorite amusement park / theme park? So, my favorite roller coaster, not for the most exciting, but just because I enjoy the experience and I believe it is one of the most comfortable rides I've ever been on roller coaster wise, is the Top Gun / Afterburner at Carowinds. It is a suspended RMC, and I think it's one of the no, it's not an RMC. Oh my god, it's a B&M. I'm dumb. Yeah, it's a B&M suspended coaster. So you both get that great clack sound of B&M lifts, and then that B&M roar going down. And suspended coasters, I love the way they throw you around, and it's one of the smoothest coasters I've been on. It's nice, short and sweet. It's not too long, but it gets some good speed and some really good some airtime when you're going around. It's got an Immelman loop on it, which are always fun. Doesn't have a lot of launches, being a suspended coaster, but I enjoy those Immelman 0G feels. And my favorite amusement park or theme park would probably have to be Knott's Berry Farm, though, simply because that is technically my home park. And I have probably put more thought into this than everybody else, but that is my answer.
Yeah. Well, you seen all the questions. I've literally just come in here blind.
It's okay. I didn't have to think about this question. I already knew the answer. Anybody else have a favorite roller coaster or ride?
Small World, Disneyland.
All right. That's a basic
And that's
answer.
just because of childhood.
That's a basic bitch
Just
answer.
because of childhood.
Right.
Childhood.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, you gonna shame child me like that? You
Absolutely.
monster.
I am.
You monster.
We've established that.
All right, fair enough.
Due to health and safety regulations over here in the UK, all roller coasters are not the best.
Oh,
so I've not really been to many parks that have really good ones.
There's a couple of good ones.
Yeah, but I've only been to 2 amusement parks, and they're for school trips, and for the school to go there, they have to be kind of shit.
Oh, that's fair. Alton Towers is I don't know if you've been there. That's a really big one. You also have a Legoland there.
Yeah. I've just not been. They're all either very south for me.
That's
the closest one. The closest one to me recently shut down due to health and safety concerns.
That's fair.
I don't do a lot of amusement parks, so
that's fair.
actually, I don't really do roller coasters, I would say. I get none of the adrenaline, but all of the fear. So
Teacups are always a classic too. I know it's a weak answer, but teacups.
All right. Well, if I were to go to Alton Towers, the number one pick I would pick would be the B&M dive coaster Oblivion.
feel like I've heard of that.
It's been operational since 1998.
The B&M Towers?
No, Alton Towers is the name of the park. The coaster is Oblivion and is made by B&M. Bollinger and Mallard.
Oh, I see the Oblivion.
I'm going to Disney World in January for my
Ooh, the
first time.
Florida one.
Yeah, I've been to Disneyland many times. Never been to Disney World.
Gonna have to report back on that one then.
I will.
I've only been to land.
Well, one is bigger. They
Yes.
both have Small World.
Ooh, you gotta compare Small World
Um,
on bigger. Is it bigger?
It's
Is
slightly
it more like Medium World or something? Or
no. The track layout for Small World at
identical?
is not identical. It's slightly longer.
Huh,
And
so it's
I
Medium World.
believe the order of the countries is slightly different, and the Disney World one has slightly more updated, less stereotypy stuff.
See, my answer is strictly when I was of 5 kids, poor growing up, but my mom had a friend who worked at the park at admissions.
Mhm.
And so she would make him a lemon meringue pie and then he'd sign us all in. So anytime my mom made a lemon meringue pie, we were like, oh, dang.
You couldn't have picked
Getting ready to go.
Roger Rabbit's Toontown is a classic.
Dude, you know how old I am?
Yeah, that's Roger Rabbit's pretty old.
Roger Rabbit. I remember watching that in
I'm
DVD.
older.
It's amazing.
Right.
This is childhood.
All right.
We're
then
talking 80s.
All right. Then you could have ridden oh my god, Matterhorn,
Yeah, that was around then.
a Space Mountain.
That also was around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Small World is just great.
Over Matterhorn and Space Mountain. To be fair,
Yeah.
Space Mountain is technically just a Wild Mouse coaster, just in the dark. Anyway,
Fair enough.
I only have one other question, and it is just for DC. How are you enjoying Yellowknife so far?
Oh, that's great. These are all great. Obviously, I've been in the war room. I've been speaking about what's happening with that. Looking forward to the next draft and speaking to the rookies, kind of because I was scouting for BBB before. I've already kind of spoke to quite a few of them, so I've been constantly chatting with them. But yeah, it's been good so far. I mean, I can't really say much. I've not really just played my first game for these since I'm still in the DSFL. But it's
Yeah, but-
basically what I expected due to me speaking to yous the most out of any team beforehand.
You watched as a Wraith, though.
Yeah, it was great. We won against Baltimore, and that was not to be expected.
Yeah.
I had my predictions. I had
That's
the
what we do.
Hawks.
We punch up. We punch above our belts.
Yeah, I've got in BBB's locker room midnight talking a lot because Colorado won against OCO, and that's it. Really, it's kind of a weird kind of thing because I'm not on the team as of yet, and so I'm watching and trying to root for yous, but then also I've not got any say in it. It's not as if my player can do anything.
Yeah. That's fair.
Soon.
All right.
And then obviously I can speak for Min for a wee bit. She's been busy for the last week, so she's hardly said anything. But when people have been asking her how she's liking it, she's like, "This is the only team I wanted to be on."
Well,
Due to Zen scouting.
we appreciate that.
Junie and Zen, absolute legends.
I think Junie being in the locker room where she spoke more helped.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know speak in general, she just speaks in the locker rooms mostly.
Yeah. There's a lot of people like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. So,
I hate it because it means I need to help her with media ideas. And do podcasts that I don't want to do at 6 in the morning.
It's the only time to do it.
It was the only time to do it with her because she was due to leave for work and I was awake from watching the Packers game.
That makes sense. Well, I still enjoyed listening to your podcast, so.
Yeah, we'll try and do another one in the next. I think not this week, but maybe next.
That sounds good.
Just try and talk about some stuff because obviously there'll be some games on it by that point, and we have some things to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, you have the DSFL to talk about too. So
Yeah.
Anybody anything else they want to talk about with this one, or what are you feeling? Any closing thoughts?
Wraiths are going to win the Ultimus.
Okay. Beating Baltimore was great. Let's calm down.
I wish. I think our best chance was last year to win.
This is why I should be a GM. I'm optimistic.
Junie, I
These
think
two are
last
pessimists.
season was our chance to win GMs of the year, and we lost it.
I
We
think
lost it.
No.
I think we're gonna do great this year. I think we're really looking up. But
Well, can I ask, how do you feel like the draft went for you? Because I asked you a little bit.
yeah. No.
We were pumped.
Yeah, I was really happy how the draft went. We got pretty much all of my top targets.
We
so-
got
expected,
what we
so-
feel is 5 max earners, or at least close.
Yeah, I think
5.
TPE wise, but ignoring just the fact that we enjoy having everybody so far in the locker room, TPE wise, I think we're coming out like pick for pick the best in the league. Just because not everybody was, everybody had a little, I'm gonna say a little bit of baggage, I guess, which is, which is something that I have no problem with. Homer has baggage too. You know, he's got a CDL on him, so
You're goddamn right.
there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit of warnings now and then. I've gotten warnings too, but
Just means you're lively and engaged.
yeah, no, that's not what my warnings were for. But mine was. But yeah, I think we did pretty good. We would have loved to have more picks, but we got our defense pretty much reloaded where we needed to. I wish we had another pick for an offensive lineman, but I think we're looking good. Obviously, there's
We
a ton of people we
positions that we needed, like, or at least people that will slide, and not like we didn't have to ask them. They scouted as they would go to those positions.
Like me.
And then Air Crew filling in.
Yeah, both of that.
Or, you going from safety to corner, because it's like safety's important, but CB's got to be max earner.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically building like a prison FC. I guess like the prison football club.
Well, yeah, in Oz.
Yeah, that should be our colour.
That was a good show, by the way. I watched that, Oz, the prison one.
I've only seen 2 episodes of it, and then
It's
I stopped and
fantastic.
started watching something else. I've heard it's
Yeah,
good, but yeah,
fair enough.
like when I was looking through the draft, and I was like, right, me, Big Ed, Crew. I was like, what are they doing here?
The bad boys.
We are doing great, is what we're doing. Yeah, I mean,
And I have a CDL.
I think pretty much.
I didn't know that. You kept that quiet.
Yeah, it's
That wasn't
there.
my proudest moment.
I think for the most part, we got people that the biggest thing is we got people that wanted to be here, and that's the biggest thing for me. At least I love to win, but getting people who are engaged and want to be here and willing to
Big time.
to contribute to the team is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, culture's so much more important than winning, in my opinion.
I don't know about so much more important, but it's
Okay.
so it's like this. Right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you win, you have a good culture.
yeah, that's true. It is hard to have a
Helps.
culture when losing. I've had that problem before.
That's only when like I was like not OCL, because I'm like, right now it's got to be pretty downer-ish.
I think they have some some pretty active people still there, and just some good rookies.
I love
I
OCL.
mean, they cleared a lot of shot, but a lot of their picks were like legacy picks almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like it was Beck, who's been there for no, Beck went
yeah, they didn't get back
on. No, sorry, I was meaning Big Red.
Yeah,
they
got
Big Red, who's been in the league for years,
Mm-hmm.
so he understands the process. And then a few of the other picks were recreates. So I feel like they kind of picked for players that would stay through the process because they know how it works, instead of getting me, for example, who would be like, right, why we know, try to
Yeah, I made that
speed this up.
mistake when I did a rebuild the first time. Was I tried to go only for new creates, and it was really hard to get them engaged because it was their first time and they wanted us to win. And I was like, you gotta help me buy into this rebuild. You know, I think
It's easy to do that when you have rapport with them
yeah,
already. So like I think Uptown and AG have dealt with Big Red in the past, and a few of the other users. So like them going, oh, we're rebuilding isn't as big a deal for them.
yeah. No, I agree with that. All right. Well, nobody's got anything else, then I appreciate you guys talking with me.
I'm going to stay in voice chat anyway. I'm going to go to my
Sticking
college
around.
football.